Hi children. So today we continue the next topic of the chapter, that is the how can we measure the electrode potential. So to measure the electrode potential of individual half cell, we must have a reference electrode, and that reference electrode is taken as the standard hydrogen electrode, because the standard hydrogen electrode has zero potential at all the temperature. So to measure the electrode potential of individual half cell, we must have a reference electrode, and that reference electrode is the standard hydrogen electrode. Okay, so students, the potential of individual half cell in the case of electrochemical cell, that electrochemical cell consists of two half cell, and the potential of each half cell cannot be measured. We can only measure the potential difference between the two half cell, and that potential difference were measured by the formula, that is the E cell is equal to E right minus E left. Okay, so with the help of this formula, when the standard electrodes are running in the standard condition, then when the cells are running in the standard condition, so only we measure the potential difference between the two half cell, and that potential difference gives us the EMF of the cell, that is the electromotive force, which is also represented as the cell voltage, that is the E cell. So to measure the electrode potential of individual half cell, we must choose a electrode that having the potential, whose potential we can easily measure, whose potential is fixed. So with the help of that, we can determine the potential of other half cell. So according to a convention, the half cell called the standard hydrogen electrode, that standard hydrogen electrode is basically represented as, that is, this reaction is carried out on the platinum, surface of the platinum, and here the H2 is, this is existing in the gas form and converted into the H plus and in the aqueous solution. This is the representation of the standard hydrogen electrode, and this standard hydrogen electrode has the zero potential. 0 volt is the potential of the standard hydrogen electrode is 0 volt, zero potential. So, and reaction corresponding to this is, that is the H plus, which is present in the standard hydrogen electrode, that gain the electron and converted into half H2. Okay, and here this H plus is existing in the aqueous solution, and this H2 is a gas. Okay children, so next is, students, this is the picture of the standard hydrogen electrode potential. Students, you can see in the picture standard hydrogen electrode, that is the SHE. This SHE consists of a platinum wire, and that platinum wire is sealed in a glass tube and carrying a platinum foil at one end. You can see at the bottom here, this glass tube, this platinum wire consists of a platinum foil at one end. This platinum foil is coated with the finely divided platinum. In this picture, the electrode is placed in a beaker, and that beaker contains the aqueous solution of some acid, that it has the aqueous solution of some acid, and that acids having the concentration range, that is the 1 molar concentration, because this is in the standard condition, and in the standard condition the concentration of ions must be in the unit range, that is the 1 molar concentration. So here this electrodes are placed in a beaker, and that beaker contain the some aqueous solution of some acid, and these acids having the concentration, that is the 1 molar concentration of H plus ions. So students, at the top you can see here that the hydrogen gas is passed into the standard hydrogen electrode, and that hydrogen gas is passed at pressure, that is the 1 bar pressure. This is the standard condition for the gaseous electrode. So the hydrogen gas is bubbled continuously through the solution. The pressure is 1 bar, and at the temperature, that is 298 Kelvin. Okay, so the oxidation and reduction reaction, both reactions are taking place in the standard hydrogen electrode. The oxidation or reduction reaction in the standard hydrogen electrode is taking place at the platinum foil, and this platinum foil is coated with the finely divided platinum. So hence the anode as well as cathode reaction can be represented as, and in this the platinum foil is only acting as anode as well as cathode. Then how the anodic and cathodic reactions are taking place at the electrode. So the reactions can be represented as, that is the PT, the reaction is carried out at the platinum electrode, the half H2 at 1 bar pressure, and it is converted into H plus, and here the concentration is 1 molar concentration. Or another reaction which is taking place at the another electrode can be written as, that is the H plus, that is having the concentration 1 molar, it is converted into half H2, here the pressure is 1 bar pressure, and this is also carried out at the platinum electrode. Okay, so in this way the anodic and cathodic reaction respectively can be taking place in the standard hydrogen electrode. So students, if the standard hydrogen electrode act as anode, when the standard hydrogen electrode is acting as anode, and we know that at the anode which type of redox reaction is taking place, at the anode oxidation reaction is taking place. Then the oxidation reaction can be represented as, that is the H2 under equilibrium, it gives the 2H plus ion by the liberation of 2 electron. This reaction is carrying at the anode when the standard hydrogen electrode is acting as a anode. Another is at the cathodic reaction. How? And at the cathode the reduction reaction is taking place. So at the cathode what happens, that is the H plus ion, that is the aqueous solution of acid. This 2H plus ion take the 2 electron which is liberated at the anode, and in the equilibrium it converted into the hydrogen gas. So students, in this way the standard hydrogen electrode is acting as anode as well as cathode. So the anodic reaction is this, at the anode the hydrogen is converted into hydrogen gas. That hydrogen gas is continuously bubbled through the solution at the pressure 1 bar and the temperature is 298 Kelvin. This hydrogen gas undergo the oxidation reaction at the anode, and the oxidation it gives the 2H plus ion, and that H plus ion passes into the aqueous solution of acid. This reaction is taking place at the cathode. This reaction is taking place at the cathode, and at the cathode reduction reaction is taking place. So from the aqueous solution the H plus ion take the 2 electron from which is liberated at the anode and converted into the hydrogen gas. After that students, how with the help of this standard hydrogen electrode we can measure the standard electrode potential of the individual half cell. So in order to determine the standard electrode potential of an electrode, the electrode must be in the standard condition, and that standard condition of electrode is connected to the standard hydrogen electrode to form a cell. Then how can we measure the standard electrode potential of individual half cell? Let's discuss this. So students, to measure the standard electrode potential of any individual half cell, the condition is that the individual half cell must be in the standard condition, that is the standard electrode potential of electrode, and that electrode potential is measured only the electrode in standard condition. The first is the electrode must be in standard condition, and the standard condition is the concentration of ions must have the 1 molar concentration, the temperature is 298 Kelvin, and when it is a gaseous type of electrode then the pressure is 1 bar. This is the condition of any type of electrode in the standard condition. So to measure the electrode potential of any individual half cell, that electrode electrode is attached to the standard hydrogen electrode. When it is attached to the standard hydrogen electrode, then how can we measure the electrode potential of this electrode? Because the standard hydrogen electrode potential has the zero voltage, it has the zero potential at all the temperature, but we can measure the electrode potential of the complete cell, that is the potential difference between the two half cell can be easily measured with the help of potentiometer or vacuum tube voltmeter. So if the electrode form the negative terminal of the cell, it is allotted to negative value of the electrode potential, and if it form the positive terminal of the cell, it is allotted to the positive value of the electrode potential. So students, when the electrode is attached to the standard hydrogen electrode, between these two, the two another instruments must be added. The first is the potential difference between the electrode is determined with the help of potentiometer. Means when we are attaching the electrode with the standard hydrogen electrode to form a complete cell, here it results in the formation of cell, and that cell must contain a potentiometer. This potentiometer help in the determination of the potential difference between the cell. The potential difference, that is we are able to know the electromotive force, that is the E cell. E cell we can easily measure the standard condition electrode potential. So with the help of the potentiometer or vacuum tube voltmeter, we can measure the potential difference or EMF of the cell. At the same time, the direction of flow of the conventional current in the external circuit is also noticed with the help of galvanometer. This galvanometer help in the determination of or knowing the direction of the flow of current from which anode to another anode. Okay, so the galvanometer is also attached in the external circuit, and it only help in the knowing the direction of flow of the conventional current. This help us to know the positive and negative terminal of the cell, because the conventional current usually flows from the positive terminal to negative terminal. And now if we know the direction of flow of current, if the current is flowing from positive terminal to negative terminal, it means the electron, here the current is flowing and the flow of current can be known with the help of the galvanometer, and we know that the electron is flowing from the negative terminal of the cell to the positive terminal. It means the direction of flow of electron is opposite to that of the current. So in this way we can determine the potential difference between the electrodes which are attached in the electrochemical cell, and another, with the help of this galvanometer we can measure, we can know the direction of flow of the conventional current. So in the since the electron is flowing in the external circuit from anode to cathode, that is from negative to positive, means it moving from, the electron is moving from anode to cathode. This is the movement of the electron movement, because as we know that in the cell the oxidation is taking place at the anode, so at the anode electron is liberated and that electron is moving towards the cathode. So since the electron is moving in the external circuit and that movement is taking place from anode to cathode, so in this way we are able to mark the anode and cathode to the cell, and with the help of this formula, that is the E cell naught, that is the electrode potential of the cell in the standard condition, that is equal to the electrode in the standard condition of the cathode, means the electrode potential of cathode in the standard condition, and E naught anode, that is the electrode potential of the anode in the standard condition. So students, if we know the E cell naught, that is the potential difference in the cell, so this potential difference can be measured with the help of the potentiometer, and here the electrode potential of any one of the electrode is known, because here in the cell we are attaching the SHE at the one position, so the standard hydrogen electrode has the potential of 0 volt. So the electrode potential of another electrode we can easily measure. Okay, so explain this with the help of an example. Students, in order to determine the standard electrode potential of zinc electrode, and that zinc electrode is containing, that zinc electrode contain the Zn plus 2 ion and having the concentration 1 molar. Okay, because that electrode must be in the standard condition, and in this condition this zinc electrode is attached to the standard hydrogen electrode. That zinc electrode contain the Zn plus 2 ion, and that Zn plus 2 ion having the concentration 1 molar, and that Zn2 plus ions means the zinc electrode is attached to the standard hydrogen electrode. Okay, means the zinc is attached to the standard hydrogen electrode. Okay, and here the zinc is in the solid form. So students, we found that when the zinc electrode is attached to the standard hydrogen electrode with the help of potentiometer or the vacuum tube voltmeter, this vacuum tube voltmeter show the potential difference, and that reading show that in this circuit the voltage is near about 0.76 volt. Okay, it means we know the E cell naught, that is the electrode potential of the cell in the standard condition, is known. So the electron flow is found to be from zinc electrode to SHE, that is with the help of galvanometer we can find out the movement of the conventional current, and the current is moving from the standard hydrogen electrode to zinc, and since the electron flow is in the opposite direction of the movement of the current, it means the electron is moving from zinc to SHE, standard hydrogen electrode. This is the movement of electron. The electron is moving from the zinc. It means here the zinc electrode is acting as anode, and at that the oxidation reaction is taking place, and the oxidation reaction is, that is the zinc liberation of the 2 electron, it undergo the oxidation process and it give Zn plus 2 by the liberation of 2 electron. So and this SHE, the standard hydrogen electrode, is acting as a cathode. So in this way, that is with the help of the potentiometer we can measure the electrode potential of the cell in the standard condition, and with the help of galvanometer we can determine the movement of current, and that current is moving from the SHE to zinc. It means the electron is moving in the opposite direction, that is from zinc to SHE, and since the electron is moving from the zinc to SHE, that the zinc is acting as an anode, and here the oxidation reaction is taking place, and the SHE is acting as a cathode. So we can write the net cell reaction. The net cell reaction taking place in this cell, the reaction is, that is the zinc solid plus 2H plus having the concentration 1 molar. It undergo the reaction, and after the reaction it give the Zn plus 2 plus hydrogen gas. This is the having the concentration 1 molar, or it exists in the aqueous solution. Okay, so in this way here it is also aqueous solution. This is the net cell reaction which is taking place in this electrochemical cell. So students, the formula to calculate the electrode potential of the cell, that is the E cell, because cell is in the standard condition, so we are placing a naught. E cell naught is equal to E naught cathode minus E naught anode. Then which reaction is taking place at the cathode? At the cathode which reaction is taking place? That is, we can write the E cell naught is equal to E H plus half H2. This is the reduction reaction that is taking place at the cathode, and minus the anodic reaction is, that is the Zn plus 2 converted into Zn. Okay, this is the reaction which is taking place at the cathode. This is the, because the electrode potential is always written in the reduction potential. This potentiometer gives the reading that this electrochemical cell having the voltage that is 0.76 volt. That is the E cell naught is equal to 0.76 volt and is equal to, this is the standard hydrogen electrode. So this having the potential 0 because it is a reference electrode. It has the fixed potential at all the temperature. So we can easily measure the potential of the zinc electrode, that is the EZn plus 2 Zn is equal to what potential? That is minus 0.76 volt. That is the potential. This is the potential of the half cell of the zinc electrode, and by attaching it with the standard hydrogen electrode we can measure the potential of individual half cell. So to measure the potential of individual half cell, that first electrode is attached to the standard hydrogen electrode and that electrode must be in the standard condition. With the help of potentiometer we can measure the potential difference of the complete cell, and the standard hydrogen electrode has the electrode potential value 0. So in this way we can determine the electrode potential of individual half cell. Similarly students, when the standard copper electrode, this is the standard zinc electrode, so the standard copper electrode is coupled with the SHE. Similarly in this way the potential of the standard copper electrode can also be measured. So first the standard copper electrode is coupled with the SHE, that is the SHE, and it is attached to the copper standard electrode. Okay, so by attaching the standard copper electrode with the SHE, the voltmeter shows the potential difference of 0, that is the E cell naught is equal to 0.34 volt. When the standard copper electrode is attached to the standard hydrogen electrode, the voltmeter shows a reading of, and that reading is corresponding to the potential difference, that is the electromotive force of the cell, that is the E cell naught, and that is equal to the 0.34 volt. And it is found that the electron is flowing from SHE to copper. Here the electron is moving from SHE to copper, that is the SHE is acting as anode and the copper is acting as cathode. Copper electrode is acting as a cathode, and the current is moving from, here the electron is moving from SHE to copper. It means with the help of galvanometer we know that the current is moving from copper to SHE. So therefore the SHE in this act as anode and the copper electrode is acting as a cathode. So what is the net reaction taking place in this? That is the copper plus 2 aqueous plus hydrogen gas. On reaction it give copper solid plus 2H plus. So this is the reaction, that is the copper plus 2 undergo reduction reaction and the H2 undergo the oxidation reaction. So the standard hydrogen electrode acting as a anode, because here the oxidation is taking place. The hydrogen gas is converted into the H plus ion by the liberation of 2 electron, and here the oxidation is taking place. So the standard hydrogen electrode is acting as a anode. In the second, here you can see here that the copper plus 2 ion in the standard copper electrode, that is copper plus 2 ion gain the 2 electron which is liberated at the anode, and by gaining the 2 electron it is converted into the solid copper. So with the help of the voltmeter, this the potential difference found in this cell is 0.34 volt. So by applying the same formula, that is the E cell naught is equal to E cathode minus E naught cathode minus E naught anode. Okay, so here the SHE is acting as a anode, so the value of E naught anode is equal to 0. So the E cell, with the help of the voltmeter we find the complete potential difference of the cell, and that is equal to 0.34 volt is equal to, we don't know the value of the E naught cathode, and the reaction which is taking place at the E naught is the copper plus 2 undergo change to form the copper, and the value of the standard electrode, the value of the electrode potential of the standard hydrogen electrode is 0. So the E cathode in the standard condition has the value that is equal to 0.34 volt. So in this way, with the help of the standard hydrogen electrode, we can determine the value of the standard electrode potential of the individual half cell. So students, the positive value of the EMF, here we get the positive value, and in the case of zinc we get the negative value, that is the minus 0.76 volt. So the positive value of EMF indicates that the copper plus 2 ion get reduced more easily than the H plus ion, and the reverse process cannot occur, then that is the hydrogen ion cannot oxidize the copper. So the negative value in the case of Zn standard zinc electrode, we find the negative value, that is the minus 0.76 volt. This negative value of the standard electrode potential indicates that the hydrogen ion oxidize the zinc, or zinc can reduce the H plus ion. So overall, by this we can predict that which electrode is placed at the left hand side and which electrode is placed at the right hand side. So the left side electrode is, the reaction taking place is the zinc solid is converted into Zn plus 2 by the liberation of 2 electron. Okay, and the right side electrode is the copper, because in the case of zinc we get the negative value, and the negative value represents that this standard potential, that the hydrogen ion can oxidize the zinc, means that this electrode is undergoing the oxidation process. So the oxidation is placed, because it is anode and the anode is represented on the left hand side, and since in the case of standard copper electrode we get a positive value, this indicates that the copper ion get easily reduced. It means it acts at the cathode and it is placed on the right hand side. So the reaction is the copper plus 2 aqueous, by gaining 2 electron it is converted into copper solid. Okay students, so the total reaction can be represented as the total cell reaction. We can write the total cell reaction is the Zn plus Cu plus 2 gives Zn plus 2, that is in the aqueous form, and copper solid. So in this way we can write the complete cell reaction, and we can calculate the EMF of the cell, that is the E cell. The E cell is equal to, that is in the standard condition, is equal to E right in the standard minus E left in the standard condition. So the E right, what is the value of E right? That is equal to 0.34 volt minus, and what is the value of E left? That is minus 0.76 volt. And after solving this we get, that is the 1.1 volt. That is in the case of the galvanic cell, the cell in the standard condition has the electrode potential of 1.1 volt. Next student, there are some points regarding the standard electrode potential, that is the E cell naught. That is, the first point is the standard electrode potential of one electrode is greater than the 0 or positive, then its reduced form is more stable compared to the hydrogen gas. If the standard electrode potential of one electrode is negative, then hydrogen gas is more stable than the reduced form of the species. The standard electrode potential of fluorine is highest, that is, it has maximum tendency to get reduced to fluoride ion, and therefore fluorine is the strongest oxidizing agent, and F negative ion is the strongest oxidizing agent, and F negative ion is the weakest reducing agent. The standard electrode potential of lithium is lowest, so lithium is the weakest oxidizing agent while the lithium is strongest reducing agent. So children, today we discussed the measurement of electrode potential. Then how can we measure the electrode potential of individual half cell, and what is the standard condition? The standard condition is the concentration 1 molar, temperature is 298 Kelvin. In the case of gaseous electrode, the pressure is 1 bar. So children, in the next class we continue this. Till then children, keep learning.